If you are feeling stuck, overwhelmed, and let's be honest, if you're feeling like you're carrying your entire business on your back, then stick around and pay attention to this. Because the real problem isn't your business. The real problem isn't your team. The real problem isn't even the market or the economy. The real problem is you. Yeah, I said it. The real problem is you. And today we are going to talk about how you have become the bottleneck in your business and why your involvement is actually slowing everything down. But don't worry, I'm not going to just hit you with this bad news. I'm going to give you those exact steps to get out of your own way and unlock the growth that you have been holding back on. So if you're serious about scaling and finally getting to that next level, then let's dive in. Look, I say this because I have been there, right? I don't say this from a place of better, higher, or arrogance. I have started my own business, and the first time I thought nobody can do it like me. Like I was deep in every little task, answering emails, solving problems, overseeing the smallest details. And what happened? The company stalled. Beyond a certain point, there was no growth. We were not moving fast enough. And it took me a while, quite some while to realize that I was the one who was slowing things down. And not all of the reasons that I was thinking was wrong. And that is not easy to hear. But if you are spending most of your time managing the day-to-day, answering every email and putting out fires, then you, my friend, are the bottleneck. Now let me tell you about Ravi. I was coaching him recently. If you're listening to this, he was just like you. He was spending 60 to 70% of his time on operational tasks, handling projects, managing clients, and making sure things were running smoothly. And he couldn't let go. But here is the thing. He was so deep in the weeds that he couldn't see the bigger opportunities staring him in the face. He had this big opportunity with a 12 million contract from a large government organization. And we're talking major revenue potential. This was more than his entire company's revenue at that given point of time. But in that moment, you know what he did? He hesitated. Why? Because he was too focused on the operational stuff. He was too focused on the 1, 2, 3 million little projects that he had going on and the little details that he had to take care of or the emails that he had to answer, that he couldn't confidently go for and actually pitch for that 12 million project. And when he shared this with me, he was talking about, I don't have a bank guarantee, how will I ensure payments, how will I ensure deliveries, instead of committing to that huge project with confidence and making a big leap in his business. And in that moment, you know what happened? He was caught up in the small details. Now, nothing wrong with the small details, but if you are caught up in the small details and you ignore the big opportunity right in front of you, right, that deal could have been a game changer for him, and he missed it. So I asked him, Ravi, what would you do if this fear or if this confusion was not there in your mind? And that was his aha moment. He realized that the only thing that stopped him from confidently bidding for that project, going for that project, was himself. He kept on overthinking what will come in the way rather than grabbing the opportunity right in front of him. And he realized that if he kept on doing that, he would never grow. If he did not let go of all the small details and trust his team, he would be stuck doing the same thing and never reaching his full potential. Now, here is the question for you. What are you holding on to? What is it that you are doing that someone else on your team could actually do, maybe even do better and faster if you would just let them do it? And you are out there trying to scale a business, but how can you grow if you're spending all of your stuff, if you're spending all of your time on stuff that is not going to move that needle beyond a certain point? And this is the uncomfortable truth. Right? You're probably slowing down your own business and you don't even realize it, just like Ravi was. The first step to this is very, very simple. Delegate. Right? Let other people take on, create more leaders within your organization. And delegate is not just letting go of something, like it's not just brushing off responsibility. Delegation is creating leaders. Delegation is seeing somebody else's potential and asking them that I see you in this role of a future leader, so I want you to take up. It's not getting rid of something. It's actually creating leaders by giving them more responsibility, bringing them into a part of your team and bringing them to take care of responsibilities which until now only you have taken. That's what I mean by delegation. It's not just giving something away or throwing something off your back. It's creating leaders. It's a leadership act. Now you might be thinking that nobody can do it like me. And I used to say the same thing. Do you know what? Nobody should have to do it like you. So start small, pick one task today and hand it off. Give somebody else on your team the responsibility to do it. Create that person as the future leader, and who knows, probably they will do better. They might fail in the beginning. They might make a few mistakes and you can be there to support them. But imagine if they can actually do it better than you, faster than you. That's why you delegate. And it is not about them doing exactly like you would have done it, right? It's also about freeing up your time to focus on what really matters, and also giving other people the freedom to do it their own way if they want to do it, if that makes it better. And trust me, just this step alone will change your life. Second, you need to build systems and processes instead of start from zero every time again. And you don't need to be in every meeting or approve every decision if you have got the right processes in place. Create guidelines, create checklists for your people so that they can operate, they can do, or they can make those decisions where you are required right now. And I told Ravi, right, that if you want to make sure your company is running smoothly, you've got to create a framework. You have to got to create SOPs, like reporting mechanisms, whatever it takes to make sure that things are happening without you. And because when you have got systems in place, you will see that your team can handle a lot more than you think. And the bonus, you will be able to track performance without micromanaging because of the systems, because of the metrics, because of the processes that you put into place. And here is the final step. Instead of focusing on operations, instead of focusing on what to do, how to do it, focus on the strategy, focus on the big picture, focus on the big pieces and how that fits and creates the whole puzzle together. Your job now, especially now, as you grow to the next stage, is to lead, not to run the day-to-day. And if you're spending 70% of your time putting out fires, you're not doing the work that is going to take your business to the next level. And Ravi and I worked together on this. We got him to reduce his operational involvement to 20 to 30% from 70% earlier. And suddenly he had time to focus on the big clients. He had time to go out and speak in events. He had time to go out and make some bold requests for like projects like he missed earlier. And get this right, very soon he got that 12 million contract, which he messed up earlier because he was too busy in his head trying to figure out all the maybes, all the what ifs. So take a step back, look at your calendar, look at what you're doing and ask yourself, is this helping me grow my business or just keeping me busy? If it is not moving the needle, get rid of it. Delegate it, automate it, or drop it. Focus your time on where you can have the biggest impact. Put value on your time. Growing your business, building relationships, and driving strategy, that's the best use of your time right now. And let me tell you, you have got this. Right? I'm sure you have questions, you have doubts right now, but let me tell you, you have got this. Don't let the fear of letting go hold you back. You might have the fear of letting go, but you can still let go. Because you are meant to lead, not get stuck in the weeds. You didn't come so far to only come this far. So get out of your own way, trust your team, and focus on what really matters. Keep the main thing, and you will be good. Remember, your business can only grow as fast as you allow it to.